You okay? Are you mad? Is something wrong?
We go through this at least twice a week. I'm fine. And every single time, I have to pause and check in with myself. I'm fine. Am I upset? Am I mad? No. I'm just existing. I'm autistic. And I'm autistic. If you've spent your whole life being asked if you're okay when you're perfectly fine, this video is for you. For most of my life, I didn't know I was autistic. I just knew that people were always asking if I was okay, if I was mad, if something was wrong. So I learned to smile more, to soften my face, to perform pleasantness. And I got really good at it. Then I learned that I'm autistic and I started unmasking. And I realized that this is just what my face looks like. Managing my face was exhausting in a way I didn't even realize until I stopped doing it. You've probably heard of resting bitch face. But for autistic people, it's not quite that simple. Our neutral faces don't always match what neurotypical people expect neutral to look like. We might not smile when we're content. We might furrow our brow when we are thinking. Doesn't necessarily mean we're upset. This is the one that gets my husband and why he always asks me if I'm upset. We might look serious when we're perfectly fine, or we might look blank when we are actually deeply engaged. Neurotypical social norms equate everything being okay with pleasant expression. So our faces get misread a lot. People assume that we're upset when we're not. They assume we're disengaged when we're actually listening intently. And they assume we're angry when we're actually just neutral. The thing is, when you've spent your whole life being told that your neutral face is wrong, you learn to change it. You learn to mask. And what I didn't realize until I started unmasking was that managing my face is exhausting. Not in like an obvious, oh, I'm so tired from this kind of way. It's just like this background hum of depletion. It's like you're a phone and you have an app going in the background that's using up all your battery and you don't even know that it's open. You just have accepted it as normal because you don't know anything else. You don't know any different. So when you're in public, when you're interacting with people, you just have all these mental tabs open and you're constantly monitoring. Am I smiling enough? Do I look engaged? Is my expression matching the emotion I'm supposed to be feeling? Does my face look right? Once you realize that you're doing it, you can stop. You can close the app. And when you close it, you find that you have so much more energy. Unmasking my face has been one of the most freeing parts of my autism journey, but it's also been one of the most complicated. There's freedom in unmasking, but there is also friction. On the freedom side of things, I stopped spending energy on things that were not serving me, namely pleasant expressions. I stopped monitoring myself in every single environment. I stopped performing pleasantness for the comfort of other people, and it felt like relief. The friction part is that the people around me don't always know what to do with it. For example, my husband, who asks if I'm okay because he genuinely doesn't know, because I look pissed, and my face doesn't give him the cues that he's used to reading. And this is the paradox of unmasking. It is freeing, but, maybe not but, and. It's freeing and it creates new challenges, because neurotypical social expectations don't stop just because you stop meeting them. But the point is that I am not the problem. The expectations are. Your face is not the problem. The expectation that everyone should perform pleasantness at all times, that's the problem. The assumption that a neutral face means something is wrong, that's the problem. The social norm that says we owe other people a pleasant expression just to exist, that is the problem. And I want to acknowledge something that my friend Simar helped me understand. The expectation of pleasantry is not only ableist, It is also racist, it's gendered, and it is rooted in colonialism. White supremacy requires assimilation and pleasantness from people it sees as other. So when we're talking about who bears the burden of this expectation most heavily, it's not just autistic people. It's Black and brown folks, it's women, it's anyone who doesn't fit the white colonial standard. The demand for pleasantness is a tool of control, and resisting it, letting your face just be, is an act of resistance against that control. I also want to acknowledge that it can be dangerous for marginalized populations to let their face just be. For me, as a white woman, it's much safer to unmask, to let my face just be what it is, than, for example, a Black man whose neutral face might be seen as aggressive and as a threat. Your face is allowed to be neutral. It's allowed to not smile when you're content. It's allowed to furrow when you're thinking. It's allowed to just be. You are not responsible for managing other people's comfort with your existence. Maybe you're watching this and something is clicking. Maybe you've spent your whole life being asked if you're okay. Maybe you've learned to smile more without even realizing that you're doing it. Maybe you didn't know this was part of being autistic. Maybe you thought everyone felt this way. If this is resonating with you, I have some things I want to say. You're not alone. You're not wrong for having the face that you have. Unmasking is hard. It is vulnerable. It requires letting go of patterns you've built over a lifetime. And it creates friction with the people who are used to the masked version of you, but it's also worth it because you deserve to exist without constantly monitoring your face. You deserve to let yourself just be. You deserve to stop performing pleasantness for the comfort of others. I really don't have a neat conclusion for this. I don't have a 5-step plan. What I have is this. I am learning to let my face just be what it is. I'm learning to stop apologizing for existing in a way that doesn't meet neurotypical expectations. And I'm learning to live with the tension, the friction, because the freedom is worth it. Unmasking is a process. It is a decision you make over and over again in 1,000 little moments. And some days, when your husband asks if you're okay, you will smile and you will explain. Other days, you will just say, I'm autistic, and let that land how it lands. Both are okay. Your face is okay. You are okay. If you are autistic or you think you might be, I'd love to hear your experiences in the comments. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.